Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back and thanks for being loyal. So today I'm talking to the grade 12s, grade 11s also, but mostly the grade 12s. I'm going to be giving you tips on how to pass grade 12. Wow. I did grade 12 twice full time. So I'm just going to advise you on how I did things differently the second time in order to pass with distinctions, right? Okay, so the most important thing, number one, you need to have your exam guidelines. You need to know them, because why wouldn't you? I mean, they literally tell you what's going to be in the paper. So that's the most important thing. You need to make sure you have your exam guidelines. The second thing, when you study, you need to plan. Let me use physics paper 1, for example. I'm gonna use it to reference. Okay, this is how you're gonna do it. You take a paper. Physics usually has, I don't know if I still remember, I think 11 questions. All right, and you list them. First one, okay, let's leave the first one out because it's just multiple choice. The second one is usually mechanics, and then projectile motion, and then momentum, work, energy, power, whatever. You list them, all of them, until, what's the last one? I think photoelectric effect. After that, you decide which one is easier for you, the one you understand the most. So you list it according to your understanding, from the easiest to the most difficult one for you, not what people say. If people say projectile is the most difficult one, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to put it there at the end. You are focusing on yourself now. So you list all those things from the easiest. Well, they're not easy, but from the ones you understand the most to the least. Thereafter, you check how many marks each topic contributes, right, to the 150, because the full paper is out of 150. So you check how many marks each topic contributes, and then you write it next to the topics, right? You've listed them. Then you write momentum, 13 marks, Doppler effect, 15 marks, like that. And then you're gonna take the first 4, let's make it 5, the first 5 that you've written, the first 5 topics, those ones you need to get. Okay, now I'm doing medicine, so I'm just going to advise people who want to do medicine also. If you want to do medicine, you need to get distinctions. I know that you check the prospectus for some universities, it's going to tell you, yeah, level 5 minimum requirement, but I promise you, in South Africa, you can't do medicine with level 5 unless you have connections or whatever. But yeah, so when I just aim for a distinction, basically. So you take those first 5 topics, and you add the totals, and you calculate how much they add up to, right? After that, you make sure that you're going to get total for all those 5 topics. You need to ace those 5 topics, because those are the most important ones. As soon as you get your paper, now I'm talking about like when you're writing the exam, as soon as you get your paper, you already know which topics to start with. You don't necessarily have to go from question 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's why you find the question paper written in bold, start on a new page, something like that. So you start with the easiest questions, the ones that you studied the most, so that you have enough time to tackle the ones that are more challenging for you, right? Because if you're gonna start with the challenging ones, you won't even have enough time to do the ones that you actually know, right? So you start, and if the one you understand the most is momentum, you write question 3, then you start answering. Go to the next one. If it's electricity, question 9, you start answering. If like that. So basically, you need to make sure that you study those ones and you ace them. in order to get total for those. That way you can even calculate how much you're going to get for the paper. It's easy. You can even calculate how much you can expect, right? So you do that, and then you must make sure you study those ones very, very hard. And then you go to the ones that are challenging for you. This will now depend on what your goal is. Remember, you need to have a goal. You need to know that my goal is to get 65% for physics this year, or my goal is to get 70, or my goal is to get 95. Whatever goal it is, you need to have a plan on how you're going to achieve it. So if your aim is like a 40%, as soon as you're done with those ones, you know that you already have your 40%. You know, that's for sure. And then the rest are just additional marks, right? Okay, I need a drink. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I was saying, make sure you get total for those 5 subjects. And then the other ones, you just... So if you're aiming for a distinction, you don't stop at that 4. You go and you go and you go, and you make sure you ace all those topics. You make sure you study all of them hard, and you must have a study schedule. I don't think I can advise on that because people are different. We study in different ways, and you just need to know yourself. If you're in grade 12, you've been studying for like 11 years, so you should know yourself by now. You need to know what works for you better. Like, as for me, when I was in grade 12, I used to study in the evening. Not in the evening, sorry. I used to study at dawn. In the morning, in the AMs, used to wake up then and study. So if you know yourself, if you know you focus better in the evening, do that. If you know you focus better in the AMs, do that. But make sure, if you're going to study in the AMs, the most difficult part is getting out of bed. So you can set your alarm and it's gonna ring and you're gonna wake up and you open one eye and you're thinking of snoozing. That's not gonna help you. That's not gonna get you anyway. It's just gonna pull you back. So you get up immediately and do not study on your bed. That's the biggest mistake you can ever make. Do not study on your bed. It doesn't work. It's a scam. So as soon as your alarm rings, you jump out of bed as if you're excited. Jump out of bed. It's just a 1-year sacrifice. You jump out of bed, get to your desk. You first wash your face so you can just feel better, or you can just take a shower or a bath and then study, and then later on put on your uniform and go to school or whatever. But make sure you wash your face. Then you get to your desk and you start practicing. You start practicing. You start practicing. You start studying. If there's something that you don't understand, don't ignore it. Don't just be like, ah, whatever, find someone, find a teacher. If your physics teacher is strict, or you're scared of him, or you don't like her or him, whatever, find a friend. People that are smart at your school, or someone that understands that topic. Just find them and then ask for help. Don't be scared to do that. You're literally doing yourself a favor. Forget about your pride and just ask for help. It's really gonna get you somewhere. With subjects like maths and physics, it's very easy to get distinctions. It's literally very easy compared to life sciences and all these contact subjects, because you can't really, like, do you guys still do life science essays? I think they removed it. But yeah, you can't, with maths, it's either you're wrong or you're correct. There's no, this is what I meant. So if all you have to do is practice every day, you practice when you come back from school. Make sure you do past papers for maths. Make sure you do it, because every year the questions are literally the same. They just change the format, they just change the numbers. But as soon as you get to your paper, you already know question 1 is this, you already know this, then this, simultaneous. You even know the whole paper. The more you practice, the more you get used to the paper, you're very familiar with it. So you know what you're doing. You have an idea of what to expect. So make sure you practice when you get home. You practice. You download. I'd advise you to download like past papers. Maybe let's say from 2015. So 2015 March, June, September, November. 2016 March, June, September, like that. Make sure you finish 5 years or something. Make sure and ask your maths teacher to mark for you. That's what I used to do. My maths teacher um, would always mark for me. Like I'd practice maybe, I don't know how many questions, and then he'd mark for me, he'd mark for me, he'd mark for me, and correct me where I'm wrong. That way, you also have an idea of how you're going to perform in your finals. So when your results come back, it's no longer a surprise. You already know. So yeah, that's basically gonna help you. Just you, if you're Christian, you must always pray. Like prayer helps a lot. You must literally always pray, put God close to you. And if you don't have a family that's very supportive, it's not going to be easy for you, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. You still can, but it helps a lot when your family is very supportive. Like for example, when you don't have to do house chores anymore. I'm not saying go tell your parents that you shouldn't do them, but it works a lot better when you don't have so many responsibilities. You know, you can just focus on your academics. Yeah, so please, if your parents are understanding, just talk to them, or whoever you stay with, your guardian, and ask them to just bear with you and support you. So don't take advantage of it. You must also work. You mustn't be like, oh no, I'm studying, but you're in your room on your phone. No, 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 no. You're just deceiving yourself then. Yeah, so I hope it's gonna help somehow. But yeah, I'll come back with more tips, Jim. I just wanted to explain how to plan for your exam, basically, not really how to study, because we have different methods for that. But maybe I'll do another video speaking about those methods. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my short clip. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and do all those things. Bye.